Hi there, Dr. Cale here with a quick overview of your David Delight Plus Photic STEM glasses. Now these glasses utilize a technology that augments or supports your neurofeedback. They work by an entrainment process. A light at a specific frequency is pulsed into the eyes via the optic nerve. That pulse then entrains the brain at that same exact pulse. We then use a neurofeedback to reward that. So in other words, you'll be putting on these glasses. They stimulate the brain with a particular pulse. You can also wear the headphones as well. That has a binaural beat, which can be very nice. It also pulses at the same frequency that we've selected. I'd like for you to read through the manual carefully, of course. The main components here, however, have to do with session controls. Make sure you read through that carefully, and the operating instructions. And out of the operating instructions, the portion at the bottom of page 4, selecting a session is most important and probably the trickiest. You'll have one of these first 5 session groups to work with, and then I will have given you should have in your hand a specific number, a specific protocol to select. And this describes how to do that. Those specific protocols are going to come from this group below here, either the energize, and these numbers here, this is a time for each protocol. This represents the frequency, the stimulation that's being provided to the eyes. So this varies between 19 and 21 hertz. That's a beta frequency. It's a good way to get stimulated. But you see it may cause anxiety, particularly if you already have high beta. So please, generally speaking, try to utilize session groups that we've discussed because it's based upon your QEEG and what we're going to be doing with your training. Now, for most of you, you have specific protocols to use while you're doing your neurofeedback. You should have those. If you do not, you've got to let me know or reach out to our technician, and she should have those for you. For others, you may also be utilizing this as part of your meditation, for example, or you might be utilizing it for sleep. There are a lot of these protocols that work beautifully for sleep. Just keep in mind that this entrainment process takes a while, just like neurofeedback. Although there is an immediate response for most people, that doesn't stick. So like neurofeedback, it's repetition, repetition, repetition. So if you do use this technology for sleep, make sure that you protect that little control panel by tucking it under your pillow. And then you can go ahead and position yourself to wear the glasses while falling asleep. And you could do this if you wake up in the middle of the night as well. The only caveat here, too, I would say, you're always working with a brightness that's perceivable but not annoying. That's important. Eyes open or eyes closed, it's going to be a different brightness. Secondly, you do not do repetitive sessions. You wouldn't do this one and then this one and then this one while you're sleeping. You want to give the brain a chance to integrate the training that you utilize. So next, I'd like for you to watch this video, which provides an overview in more detail. You do not have the pro version, so when they're discussing the CES, you want to make sure that you just ignore that portion because you do not have that to plug in, and it's not something that's compatible with neurofeedback training. That pulse actually interferes with the neurofeedback training, so you can't utilize that. So just ignore that portion.
Do you need some help getting your Delight Pro up and running? Your Delight Pro comes with everything you need to start improving your life. Let's get started. The Delight Pro can be operated with a 9-volt battery or an AC adapter, both included. When using CES, the only power source you can use is the 9-volt battery. In the iSet case, you will find an iSet and
I would remind you that the unit can be utilized with the 9-volt adapter as long as you're not doing neurofeedback training. But if it is plugged in with the adapter while you're doing training, you'll find that it will produce artifacts. So make sure you're using battery powered when you're doing your neurofeedback training. For sleep, for meditation, for other areas where you're going to try to integrate this into your life, it's certainly okay to have that plugged in.
The jack on the iSet and the other end in the iSet jack on the Delight Pro unit. Next, plug the headphone into the headphone jack. Next, plug the CES cable to the CES output jack. Dampen
the CES, again, that's the portion that doesn't apply to the version of the David Delight glasses that you have.
The earlobe with a small amount of water, saliva, saline solution, or gel. Attach the black ear clip on the CES cable to your left earlobe and the red ear clip to your right earlobe. To turn the Delight Pro on, push and hold the power button until the green power button light comes on. Notice the lights on the bar graph light up. This indicates the amount of battery power. There are 6 categories of sessions: Energize, Meditate, Brain Booster, Sleep, Feeling Better, and User Designed. Choose a session from the session list in your operator's manual. To select the category, press and release the power button to scroll through the categories. Notice the icons light up when the category has been selected. Within each category, there are 5 sessions. To select the session, press the volume or intensity up and down arrows to highlight the session number. Once you see the category and session number highlighted, press the music note button. Wait 5 seconds and the session will begin automatically. The lights and tones will gradually turn on, and the bar graph lights will scroll up to show the session is beginning. You can increase or decrease the intensity of lights and volume of tones using the up and down arrows. You can press and release the tone button to cycle through the 3 tone options. CES can either be synchronized with the frequency of the AVE session or at 100 Hz. Once the session has started, press the CES Increase Intensity button to start CES. To select 100 Hz at any time, press the CES Increase and Decrease Intensity buttons at the same time. You're ready to go. Have a drink of water, put on the iSet and headphones, lay back, let go, and have a great relaxing time. When the session is over, the lights and tones will gradually turn off, and the bar graph lights will scroll down to show the session is ending. For more information, visit our website at www.mindalive.com.
Okay, I think that covers all the details you'll need. Please go again through that instructional piece a couple times before reaching out. But if you get through that and it still is not working for you or doesn't make sense, certainly reach out to our technician, or you can reach out to me if you have questions as well. Otherwise, practice, 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 and this should feel very comfortable and easeful after the first couple of times. And for most of you, you'll find it relaxing and soothing, and it kind of just fades into the back of your training experience. Most of you will not notice it after the first several training sessions, but that doesn't mean it's having no effect. In fact, we'll be able to see it in your training. So if you've been asked to do this, please utilize it regularly. And again, just reach out if you have questions. Finally, you can utilize this eyes open or eyes closed, by the way. You should have see-through lenses that allow you to do so. So you can use some of the AM routines like mental flexibility or sharpen the mind. You can use those in the morning while you're having your tea, perhaps. SMR is a great program to utilize for an alert but calm presence. Alert but calm presence. And for some of you, you'll have this selected as a program to use with your training. I would recommend you buy a half dozen 9-volt batteries, because if you're using this regularly, you will go through them every couple weeks. Otherwise, I think we've covered it all again. I wish you well. Reach out with questions. Take care now.